Hey everyone. So yeah, things have been a little bit wild over here, just because of the recovery from the wildfires. I'm up in Altadena today. This is it's just a couple blocks here. You know, we had structures and people lose their homes. Our community of faith is here in Altadena. Where we go to church. We do not have any power yet. A lot of people don't have power up here, and so being a sound professional, I help out. It's one of the things that I've been doing recently to kind of up my skills. Is I've been learning about live sound, and I've been doing learning how to mix. Which is, man, you live sound guys out there and gals, man, it's a whole different beast. It's just a whole different beast. But I'm happy to serve in that way and grow, right? Because I always talk about being curious, and curiosity leads to growth. It leads to learning. And so that's been one of the ways I've been challenging myself for the last several months, is learning live sound. And with the wildfires in Southern California, there's been a lot on my mind, and I know I have not been doing regular content here. It's real difficult to stop and not, it's not that I don't care, but it's like, or rather what I'm trying to say, it's like when everything happened, everything changed. Everything changed because there's so many people that we know who have been impacted by these fires. And so it's just been real difficult to get back on social media to do that. Those who follow me on Instagram and other platforms, YouTube, LinkedIn, things like that, that the gardeners that service the place we rent lost their homes. And so you may have seen me campaign, and I set up a GoFundMe and things like that. And this has been beautiful to see the people, the outpour of support from all over the world. And there's a small little thing that I felt needed to happen. And my mind has been focused on that. My wife has been serving here at the church, because this particular property is one of the stations where people can come and grab food. And I mean, I was just looking right now in one of the rooms here. I mean, from food to toiletries to diapers to clothes to blankets, like everything, people can come and have help filling out insurance papers, food trucks, things like that. And so this is like my world right now, and it feels weird to just move on as if nothing's happened. And because something big has happened and it's impacted so many people in the industry. I reached out to a producer friend that I mixed a film for, and she's impacted, the community is impacted there. And her home is going to be okay, but everyone around her lost everything. I think her garage is pretty messed up, but she's very grateful that it's standing. And so many of us have been impacted, or we have loved ones and friends who have been. And so it's been real hard to just get back up and do things, with mastering, post-production, sound. So I want you to know that the time is coming. It's going to come. But for right now, I think just the way things need to be is, I've had to pull back a little bit. And, I'm so grateful for so much that we have. And I'm so grateful for everybody who's reached out too, because I've had a lot of you reach out. And so I just want to say thank you. One of the big things also, just as an industry person, that's real hard to balance, is the feeling of knowing that we're in award season, and I was happy to see that the Oscars announced some timeline adjustments, but they're going to continue with the show. And that's show business, I guess, right? The show must go on. What's that song? There's no business like show business. No business I know. It's like in the lines it's talking about, you're I forget, I don't know very well, but like you learn that you lose somebody, but you got to go on, things like that. And that's the way I guess that's the way it goes. And I think I think, however you feel about whether the Oscars should be going on or not, it's going to happen. And so many people in the industry are celebrating, being shortlisted, for the Oscars, especially in the sound community. The BAFTAs were recently announced as well. And so it's like I see you and I celebrate you. And it's difficult because if I was in that position, it would be hard, because given my state of emotions right now, it's it's split. There's a side that says, how do we celebrate? How do we move on when there's been so much devastation here? And then, there is the other side of it. It's like, no, we must move on, because we are resilient as a community, as a city, as a county, as Southern California. We move on. As an industry, we move on. There's room for both. There's room for both. But that's what's going on. That's what's going on right now. So I have wrestled all week trying to figure out, do I create the content? Do I put it? And I thought, you know what? I think a heart-to-heart is really what needs to happen. And no edits, no frills, no intros, no anything, because people are hurting. People need time. So, if you're the praying type, pray. Keep people in your prayers and your thoughts. Send your positive vibes, positive messages, positive thoughts, prayers. As a person of faith, this really, it really makes me wrestle with things, but also I'm grateful to know that as a community, we gather around those who've been impacted, to be a voice of hope. And so, if you're impacted by it, my heart goes out to you, my thoughts and prayers, and let me know in the comments, let me know below that you're okay, or even if you did lose something, how we can serve you, how we can help you, because we're thinking of you. There's a lot. If you want to donate, you want to go and help people, there are so many things that you can do. And that's been the beautiful thing, is to see how LA has just jumped in. It doesn't matter like where you're at. I mean, I have people call me, how can I help? What can I, can I come over? What can I do? Colleagues who've said, when they come visit out west, they're gonna help, things like that. And so, a lot of people have been going through it. I'm very grateful, that my family's not one of the ones who was impacted directly by it, but as the compassion and the empathy that I so crave for the industry is on full display here in the community of Altadena, the Eaton fires, for those in the Palisades and the Malibu area, for the Palisades fire, even up north a little bit, the Hearst fire. But huge shout out to the first responders, to the firefighters, the police officers, the sheriffs, the EMTs, the National Guards, the highway patrols, the medical professionals, the food trucks. As I'm talking right now, here comes a food truck. Heritage Kitchen's pulling up right now. They're gonna get started serving and cooking for the day. So many people have pulled up, and so it's a beautiful thing to see. So thank you, and we'll be back soon. It may be next week, it may be the week after, I'm not too sure, but I love you guys.